Welcome to the WangHiro podcast, where we answer Malaysians' burning questions about personal finance with fact-based answers.
Retiring with 1 million ringgit. Is this a fantasy or a goal worth reaching for? Malaysians are living longer. Our life expectancy today is around 74 years old. That's 14 years more than our retirement age of 60. With inflation pushing the cost of everything up every single year, what can we do to make sure our nest egg is enough to retire with? Welcome back to Personal Finance on WangHiro. Today we try to answer the question, can the average Malaysian retire with 1 million ringgit? So John, what do you think about this number 1 million? Is it too much or too little to retire with, in your opinion?
Okay, so everyone's standard is different. Too, there's this saying, right, Louis, another man's trash is another man's treasure, right?
True.
Yeah. So to be honest, in the Klang Valley, 1 million is you throw a stone, especially in areas of like Bangsa, Bukit Damansara, all that. I can tell you 99% you will hit a millionaire lah. Because because 1 million today, it really depends.
It's also because our currency is rather weak, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. But again, if you just drive a little bit further down and it's like Segambut area and all that, then for them 1 million is life changing, So again, it's to another man's trash is another man's treasure. I feel in the Klang Valley or even in most urban cities in Malaysia, be it Kuching, be it Ipoh or whatever, I think 1 million is barely enough for me lah. It's barely enough. It's subsistence kind of living lah. Kind of living lah. Because you see, the moment you're in an urban area, there are a lot of things that you take for granted, but it's already part of your lifestyle. Like for example, you have to pay more for parking. Food and beverage is more expensive. Like even in in areas where there's a high traffic of workers or whatever, just to have like economy rise. I mean, like you and I, when we studied, probably $5 is considered expensive, like 3 to 5, right?
Yeah, like if that economy rise to $5, right, you're like, wow, very expensive for you, because back then economy rise was like $2-3, $2-3, that kind of range.
That's right. So today, it's like easily 10, sometimes even more.
Yeah, I think even nasi lemak these days, with all the little like extra,
condiments,
$15, $15. I'm like, wow, nasi lemak for $15. I couldn't imagine. I still don't eat 15 ringgit nasi lemak until today. I cannot. The 90s kid in me cannot like eat that $15 nasi lemak. Yeah, it's just out of control.
Yeah. So the question that we're trying to address today is 1 million enough, right? And as I said, within the main cities, urban cities within Malaysia, I think even Miri included. Miri is not cheap, to be honest. Miri
is quite expensive. Quite expensive. Like I would say, you will probably need at least like 3,000 to 5,000 to survive comfortably as a single person.
Yeah, so good. It's a good segue to what I'm trying to portray. So 1 million. Let's just say you retire at 60, right? Okay, and you don't have any more income coming in, virtually just 1 million. 1 million, and if you survive till 80, that's 20 years. Okay, so let's take out a calculator. 1 million, you divide by 20 years, and you divide by 12 months. So you've got about 4,167 ringgit a month. Okay, this is assuming you don't have any surprises in your medical expenses. This is assuming inflation isn't crazy that your value of the ringgit is depressed by half, 20 years or 30 years from now. So that's why I said it's really like substantially okay, I can't even pronounce the word correctly. Just subsistence living, right? You cannot think about luxurious lifestyle. Cannot think about, you probably have an old beaten car. You can't think about changing your car every year. Okay, if you have family and this 1 million is to support both the husband and the wife, then virtually both of you have to survive on 4,000 plus a little bit a month.
And that's like we think, 4,000 sounds all right. That's by today's standards.
Yes.
You know, like 4,000, like by the time like I'm 34, by the time we retire, it'll probably be worth like 1,000 of today's money, you know.
Correct.
So like should we, like, if we say like 1 million isn't enough, right? And to a lot of people it's already like crazy, like 1 million.
Yes.
You know, like what is actually even like a real goal, you know, a more practical goal? What is like what do we need? 5 million?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's my number, Louis.
5 million? Oh.
Yeah, 5 million. 5
How
million.
did you come to 5 million though?
Okay. Good question. I'm gonna show the different kind of calculators first, and I'm gonna then eventually I'm gonna show you the calculator I use, which is actually I would say an unorthodox kind of way of calculating lah. So the first calculator that I want to show to see whether you have enough and how you're gonna get there is actually something that our taxpayers' money has paid for it. Actually, it's by private pension administrators.
I have not heard of it.
Yeah, so you know PRS? Have you heard of PRS?
Oh,
Private
PRS,
Retirement
yes,
Scheme?
yes.
So this is
Okay.
the administrative body that administers the PRS.
Okay.
Yeah. So they administer, they're the fund administrator for this this particular the PRS. Okay. Obviously, then you've got the public mutuals, the Kanagas and all that. But think of them as like they are the administrator for these guys who are providing you the product. Okay. So you come on it's a ppa.my/retirement-calculator. Okay. And you key in simple things like, okay, what's your age? Let's just say we put in 35 lah, huh? And your current salary is, let's just say, 8,000. Okay, 8,000, huh? Okay, and your EPF balance, let's just say if you're earning 8,000, roughly lah, it's probably about 300,000. Okay. Okay. And then your PRS, let's just say you have nothing. You didn't so PRS, you think of it, okay, let's just say if you have unit trust, maybe you have 30, 40, maybe 50K. 50K. Then you can calculate. So it's not bad. It's quite visually attractive. I'm 35 years old, planning to retire age 60. I need a retirement income until 80. So they make an assumption that you're going to live 20 years. Okay. Why they come out 80 is actually, if you looked at the Department of Statistics Malaysia data, Louis, average Malaysian male will live until about 72 or 70. Okay. And the average Malaysian female has a life expectancy until 75. And they actually broke it down by race. The Chinese women will live the longest, 75 to 78. Chinese men, 70, 72. I don't know whether they updated the data. Sadly, it was actually Indian men that lived the shortest life. I think it's because of lifestyle, diet, all that kind of thing. But that's the sampling that the DOSM data actually showed. So 80 is a good age that you can stretch. Let's say you got long genes or whatever. Okay. So the last drawn salary is approximately 16,000. So they make an assumption how your salary increase throughout the years until your retirement age. So my guess is anywhere between 2 to 3% or slightly higher. Okay. So they make based on assumption of inflation rate and also your salary increment. That's the approximately last drawn salary, 16,281. So they know that your lifestyle, the moment you have that kind of salary, your lifestyle is somewhere about, if you were to cut back, probably 60% of it. Okay, right? So 10,000. I want approximately 10,854. That's the assumption they make. You can actually drag this. So they say if you want only like 5,000 a month, okay, somewhere here, then they will tell you how much you actually need based on your choices. It's a 1 million, 1.116 million for 1.116851 million ringgit that you can retire all the way until you're 80. So that is actually not too far off from the 1 million I calculated just now. Remember 1 million?
Correct.
We got 4166. Somewhere there, 4,000. Okay, but if you want like 10,000, okay, then they're telling you need at least 2.3 million. That's what the calculator is telling you. Okay. Right. My current EPF is 3,000 and total 23%. So they're assuming you're still contributing to EPF, all the way until you retire at 60. Now, obviously, if life changes, you become a business owner, you don't contribute to EPF, then obviously all this. That's why there's so many variables that you need to figure out, especially when you have a pivot in life changes. That this calculator you got to update lah. Like for
Well,
me,
I mean, just looking at the parameters that you've set here, well, a 35-year-old with a monthly salary of 8,000, and then an EPF total of 300,000. I don't think a lot of people are in this bracket, you know. And
it's
even
too high, is it?
yeah, I think so. And then you know, like even at, you know, like a modest like monthly salary, you still needed above 1 million.
Yeah.
So without putting the figures into a calculator like this, I didn't think so. I thought that not everyone needed that, but it seems like even the average person needs 1 million.
Precisely. You see, this
Wow.
is a guy that is only asking for 10,000 a month during retirement, and you know, looking at it, he's 35. That means for
Yeah.
him to retire is another 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Factor in inflation. I don't think 10,000 is a lot of money. To be honest.
No. Could be
Yeah.
like 4,000 today, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
falling
4,000, somewhere there lah.
Yeah.
Half,
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
So yeah,
okay.
that's where here they want you to play around to help you realize that, you know, over and above. I don't know why they put, okay, my current I put 50K. Okay, so if my monthly contribution, you can play around with this. This is what I like about this calculator. So you can play around with your contribution. Like this is 1K. This is, what's the amount here? Monthly contribution is 4%. Oh, monthly contribution is from your salary of 8,000. 5% would be 1% will be 10% will be 800, right? So 5% will be 400 ringgit. Yeah, 5% 400 ringgit. So before retirement, I would like a 6% annual rate of return for my PRS savings. So this is the assumption. So if you're going to contribute 400 ringgit a month, your PRS at 60 would be 593,000 at a rate of return of 6% every year. So if you put it at 5, which is like EPF rate, I can't adjust this. I can, yeah. 5, then you only get about 500,000, 499. Yeah. So again,
I mean that PRS savings, how can we just simply adjust that? It's not fixed, is it?
Oh, because the PRS return is a unit trust, so it's an assumption you make whether your PRS will actually return that kind of return for you.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of like looking into a magic ball then.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I thought they actually could actually
No, it's not guaranteed at all.
Okay, so that is kind of just for you to like, you know, like imagine lah, if like this like that.
Correct.
But
I put
maybe
5 is because that is what EPF is currently giving. But obviously that's also blue sky because EPF, I mean, being a very good fund manager, then yeah, but I can tell you 5, I think okay lah, reasonable lah. Don't expect, you know what you don't want to do is you start doing this. You start like putting 10%, okay. You start like doing 15%. Then you definitely have last more than 100 years old. Wow, okay. Yeah, so
well, that's actually jarring to look at. I mean, these figures, if I really thought that, you know, like 1 million would be enough initially coming into the show. So actually not everyone needs 1 million, but it looks like most people do, especially if they're starting at this age, which 35 is like almost my age. So I know that not everyone makes 8K. It's not a lot of money, but not everyone makes 8K. We know that some people are barely surviving on 4-5K. Yeah. So let's take a look at that, like the 4K.
Okay.
What happens if it's 4K?
Okay, 4K. 4K also there's pros and cons because 4K you see the last drawn
and
salary.
Then the EPF maybe you put at 100K.
Yeah, correct. EPF 300K is a lot.
Yeah, 300K. If someone's just making 4K, I don't think they will contribute up to 300K.
Very easy. You calculate 20% of salary. 4K a month is 48K or 50 lah. 20% is 10K a year. 10K a year if they work 10 years is 100 over only lah.
100 plus, yeah.
Yeah.
300K definitely like within that lah, 7-8K.
Okay lah, let's put
100 plus 100 plus.
130, 100 plus So you still need about 1.48 million.
Wow.
Higher lah.
Even then.
Yeah, even then, it's still
Even
about
then.
1.48
Wow.
million. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know, like a lot of people at this age, we still think we still have a lot of time. But
Mm.
clearly, if you put, crunch the numbers, you'll find that it's not actually that much. And this calculator is relatively simple because it doesn't include all those inflationary factors into it.
It does.
Which can be scary.
It does at the bottom here. You can put it here. So if you want to
Okay.
include, then you said, can you imagine? Okay, just now was 3, right? So it's 1.48 at 3%. If you like Klang Valley, it's about 6 to 7%.
Like you can account for that. It could go up more than whatever we can imagine.
You need 2 million for a guy that earns 5K a month. So you see, for me, 5 million, right, Louis, it's actually not a lot.
No,
But I use an
actually,
unorthodox
you
way lah.
just
Yeah.
Okay, so in fact, most people do need about 1 million or even more than that just to be
Correct.
comfortable.
Correct.
Unless I saw a figure, I think on the Star or something, like if you were just to survive on 1K a month, you would need like 240,000 at age 55.
That's right.
So like nobody can even live off 1,000 today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like as it is, you can't. So imagine as an older person, you don't have job, you might have some medical needs. Okay, so this is a scary thing that we realize that actually we answered that question. Most people cannot retire with just 1 million.
Yep.
To me, that's a surprising answer. How about you? Are you surprised, John?
No, actually, no, because I've been doing this calculation ever since I was like in my 20s. Yeah, it's
right.
Yeah,
I mean, I also have a pretty high retirement number. It's just I thought that was very high.
yeah.
But I didn't think like the average person, without that, aim would need this much money still, because 1 million ringgit for most people, I don't think they even have 1,000 ringgit in their bank account right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so given these factors, right, what can we do, like this 35-year-old person do today to get there?
I a few ways. One, you gotta increase your income lah. There's no way. I mean, I know a lot of people follow like fire kind of bloggers and said, oh, don't buy that cappuccino or that latte.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're earning only 5, there should be table stakes already. That means you should be doing that already. But my question is this: does that really move the needle that much or not? Because you can only save so much. People never got rich by just saving. You gotta increase your income by hook or by crook. You gotta figure out a way to increase income. Obviously, one episode will not do justice to it. Maybe we should do a follow-up, but a few things. One is find a way to either upgrade your skill or climb the corporate ladder. If you're comfortable being employed and not comfortable taking that entrepreneurship kind of plunge, then upgrade your skills. That means don't just think about working hard for within your job. How do you look at your environment around you? How do you see you see people getting paid more than you, right? Then what skill sets do they have? What are the things that requires you to take on more responsibility? Because no one's going to pay you if you don't take on more responsibility. But how are you going to get more responsibilities by you upgrading your skills? Because no one's going to pay you without upgrade. Virtually, it's like you can't get someone who is doing low level work to do strategic thinking because you haven't got the skills and experience. So you have to maneuver. It's a choice, you have to maneuver yourself in a way that rather than thinking, I want to get paid more first, can you think of like, hey, what are the skill sets that I need that people will recognize me when I do it? Then they'll give me more responsibility, more pay. Okay, that's one way. Second way is you got to invest in yourself. Either upgrading your skills, which I said already, or understand your relationship with money, understand how money works, understand investing. And that's why, we have looked at all the available options. And we thought that, hey, even Warren Buffett advocates practicing this, right? That's why we started this ETF compounder thing, because we know a lot of people don't have the time to research for stocks. I'm an active stock picker. I spend a lot of my time reading and researching, but not everyone's like me. And after training more than 7,000 students, I realized that that's the gap that a lot of people. For us, stock is one of the best asset class that can help you compound. Okay, But how many people have got the time commitment and the discipline to do that? And that's where the ETF compounder is actually, we feel, a good fit for you guys. So, check it out. We've closed the cohort, right, Louis?
Yeah, we have just we have closed it for the first one, but we'll likely open it sometime in Q4. Okay, we're already in Q4. So if you want to get first tips on it, make sure you sign up in our waiting list below. It's included in the description below. Okay, so regarding that, right? Okay, so first of all, you have to increase your income no matter what, right? Obviously, you can't save your way through like just a 5K salary and still want to retire with this amount. It's not possible. Second, you have to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Third, right? So another thing is savings. Like
Yes.
how much should you save every month, right?
Yes. I think a lot of times we get enamored by what we feel are common beliefs that society tell us we must do. For example, on a 5K salary, do you want to be paying half your salary for a house? Again,
True.
here, you think about it, the two biggest expenses you have in your life, most likely, is actually your house and your car. Obviously, the car and then the house, right? So why do you need to buy a new car? I feel that even if you need transport in the Klang Valley, if you can do away with a car, fantastic. Just take public transport, right? Secondly, if you want to get a car, Myvi not good enough, I think a Myvi is fantastic, very reliable. Huh?
Malu ma.
Myvi, 35 executive driving Myvi, right?
I'm still driving Myvi. Later people laugh at you. Wow.
Here's
are you
the best,
okay or not?
Here's the best part, Louis. The people who judge you, are they? I use this rule, Louis, and for those of you who are listening out there, right, and you're afraid to be judged, whatever, my rule out there is very simple. If you're afraid to be judged, think about them. Think about this. Are these people judging you, paying you any money, or helping you increase your lifestyle, or helping you improve? If they're not, right, screw what they think. Screw it. Live your life the way it is, right? Screw what they think. You talk about peer pressure, whatever. 5-10 years from now, you have your younger self to thank than rather falling into peer pressure. You've got a ready pot that you can buy your whatever car you want, or what kind of lifestyle you choose to live because you made that choice about not caring how you're being judged earlier. Okay.
Yeah. So one of it. So the advice here is to grow a very thick skin,
Yeah, you grow very. I mean, like if you look at a lot of financially successful people, I realized one thing that is really important about them is they don't really care. I had a friend from Penang, Louis, my colleague in Shell, geologist. I remember there was one time, last time we don't have smartphones, you have to call SMS, right? So he sent me an SMS because I didn't pick up his call, okay? And he actually scolded me because the SMS cost him 20 cents. No, serious, dude.
Yeah. It used to you used to in the past we used to truncate a lot of the words, right?
Correct. So you can hit 150 or 130 characters to make sure that one SMS rather than two, right? Because if not, you have to pay 40 cents. Yeah.
Correct. Oh my gosh, those were the days. Now you just blab everything out.
Correct.
Okay. I think any other advice before we close, John?
No, I think those
already,
three things, action items, calculate how much you need. Obviously, I can tell you, average today, if you don't retire with $1 million, I don't think you have enough. It's as simple as that.
Wow, that is scary, man. John.
Yeah, but here's the beautiful part. Let time be your friend. Let time be your friend, and don't just compound just the money.
I can't imagine telling my friends that they need $1 million to retire. I cannot imagine that. Telling the average person, hey, do you have $1 million? Are you planning for $1 million? Most people are not planning for $1 million.
Yeah, they think 500,000, 600,000.
200K, that's not gonna they're not gonna touch that $1 million mark. Like they feel like, oh, that is a luxury lifestyle. I'm okay. Normal life.
Normal life. Louis, the hard reality will hit them at 60 and they realize they still need to work. They need to work. They still need to continue to work because it's not enough.
Okay, so hopefully this episode helps you, our audience, not to be in that position. So, as you've seen, John has calculated this. I'll also include this link into our show notes, which is going to be available on the website link. So, I want to click that, and then just this is a simple way to understand what your figure might be. It will likely be above $1 million. So, like John said, if you don't have enough yet, make sure you do make more. Just invest in yourself and try to make more. Okay, so to wrap things up, we want to also ask you, our audience, are you planning to retire with $1 million ringgit? Comment your answers below and also tell us how do you plan to get there. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, as it will help us a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to learn more ways to retire wealthy or any kind of retirement planning, make sure to subscribe to WangHiro. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll see you again in our next video. Bye-bye.